This is the lesson for number 4. We are going to start doing two-step equations. What a two-step equation means is there's two math operations that have to take place to get the letter, and we call the letter a variable, by itself. So let's take a look. So remember, we talked about the inverse operations. Addition and subtraction undo each other. Multiplication and division undo each other. Remember, division might also look like a fraction. So if you had something like this, in order to undo it, you'd have to multiply both sides by 4. If it was like this, you'd have to multiply both sides by 4 to cancel it, so that would give you then 40. Okay, so opposite operations. But we have to do two operations, okay? All right, so our first question, I'm just going to make a pink dotted line down the middle. We have two operations we have to do to both sides of the pink line. The pink line is the same thing as the equal sign. So I'm going to go -5, -5. Those -5s now would cancel each other out, so I'd be left with on the left side of the pink, which is the equal sign, 2x. On the right side, 13 minus 5 is 8. Now I have one more operation to do. I'm going to divide both sides by 2, so I find that x equals 4 when I reduce the fraction. Okay? Next one, again, I'm going to do that pink line. The pink line is the same thing as the equal sign. So on this one, I have 4x minus 11. The opposite of minus 11 is plus 11. So I'm going to add 11 to both sides. Those cancel. So now I'm left with 4x on the left side of the equal sign. And 17 added to 11 is 28. I'm then going to do one more operation. 4x are being held together by multiplication, so I have to undo by dividing each side by 4, reduce it, so I get x equals 7. Problem number 3, again, the pink line represents the equal sign, so 2a minus 6, opposite of minus 6 is plus 6. So I'm going to add 6 to both sides. Those cancel, so I get 2a is equal to 26. Now I have to get a by itself, so in order to undo 2a, 2 and a are being multiplied together, so I'm going to divide both sides by 2. The 2's reduce. 26 over 2 reduces to 13. Number 4, that's going to be our equal sign. So 6m plus 11, I'm going to subtract 11 from both sides. Those are going to cancel, so 6m is equal to 9 minus 11 is -2. That's like saying I have $9. I want to buy something that costs $11, so I still owe $2. That's why it's negative. Now 6 and m are being multiplied together. In order to undo multiplication, we divide. So I get m equals, reduce the fraction, it's -1/3. Number 5, before I do the dotted line down the middle, I want to realize I have the negative, so I'm going to make those positive. So I get 2z plus 4, because minus -4 is the same thing as plus 4. And now I'm going to go ahead and do my pink line as my equal sign. So I want to get z by itself, so the first thing I want to do is I want to subtract 4, because that's the opposite of adding 4. Those cancel, so I get -2z equals, let's see, 18 minus 4 is 14. I now want to get z by itself. I'm going to divide both sides by -2. Those cancel, so I get z equals, positive over negative is negative. 14 over 2 is 7. So z equals -7. Problem number 3, again, the pink line, we're going to draw down. So we want to do the opposite of plus 3, so I'm going to subtract 3. Those cancel, so I get x over 2 equals -6. I want x by itself, so x over 2, that's a division problem, so I want to multiply both sides by 2. Those cancel, x equals -12. Okay, I hope that all makes sense. All right, now we're going to get into our word problems. Okay, so this first problem says we have 331 students went on a field trip. 6 buses were filled with 7 students and traveled in 6 buses were filled and 7 students traveled in cars. How many students were in each bus. All right, so let's highlight a few things. That's our total number of students. We have 6 buses, and we know that 7 students happen to travel in cars. How many students were in each bus? Okay, so let's think about this. We have 6 buses. Let's call buses X. So we have 6X. And we had 7 students happen to travel in cars. So we know these 7 students were in a different thing. 6 of the buses were full. We don't know how many people are in the buses. 7 people happen to be in their own cars. But our total is 331 students were on this trip. So now we want to solve this. So we're going to go ahead and use our pink line. We're going to solve it. We're going to subtract 7 from both sides. Those are going to cancel. So 6x is equal to 7, that's what, 4? So 324, I believe is correct. Divided by sides by 6. So x is equal to 6. If you do that on a calculator, you're going to get, what is that, 54. So 54 students are on each bus, and then 7 students are in the car because there were 6 buses. So if you go 6 times 54 plus the 7 are in cars, you get the 331. Problem number 2, Maria bought 7 boxes. Okay, a week later, half of her boxes were destroyed in a fire. There are now only 22 boxes left. How many did she start with? Okay, so let's highlight a few things. She happened to buy 7 boxes. There was more than 7 boxes in total originally. Later, half her boxes were destroyed. She lost half her boxes. And she has 22 boxes left. Okay, so let's think about this. She bought 7 boxes. So she bought 7 boxes. Okay. Half her boxes were destroyed in a fire. And there are now 22 left. So if I go half x plus 7 equals 22, we can go ahead and solve this. Okay, let's do our pink line straight down. I'm going to subtract 7 from both sides. So then these cancel. So I get 1/2 x is equal to 15. If I multiply each side by 2, or multiply each side by 2 over 1, it's your choice. 2 over 1 and 2, same thing. Those cancel. So she started out with 30 boxes. Okay, next problem, we're going to go back to highlighter. Sumali won 40 super bouncy balls playing a carnival game at Elitch's. Later, she gave 2 to each of her friends. She has only 8 remaining. How many friends does she have? Well, so that's her total, 40 balls. She has 8 remaining, and she gave each to 2 of each of her friends. But we don't know how many friends there are. So that means 2x, that's 2 of each. She has 8 remaining, and she started with 40 balls that she had won. We go ahead and solve this. I'm going to subtract each side, 8 from each side. Those cancel, so I get 2x is equal to 32. Divide each side by 2. Those cancel, x equals, looks like she has 16 friends that she was at the carnival with. Okay, so your homework will be, what page are we on? Looks like pages 15 and 16. Pages 15 and 16 are homework. So get that done, okay? Have a great day, everybody. Take care of one another. Bye-bye.